Hello, future me, digital me. This is something I forgot. I was laying in bed last night trying to go to sleep, fighting to go to sleep because, as always, I have to battle my brain from thinking when I lay down and go to sleep. Um, but for some reason, uh, the I just I jump from thing to thing inside my head, and the topic of the I don't know. I'm trying to trace the steps of how I got there. But the New York subway got into my head because they're always from time to time there's stories about how the New York subway is shitty and everybody tries to tackle it. And I think because I was thinking about the mayoral candidate guy. I forget his name. And he's running, and that's probably going to be one of the things the guy is going to try and tackle, and he's probably going to fail because he's probably not going to do it right. Because the best way to solve it is probably going to be the most radical thing that nobody is ever going to consider. I don't know, maybe they did put it out there, but I'm just going to give him an idea that nobody's probably going to like or even think of. And so here you go. If anybody watches the video, whatever, you can take my idea and use it if you want to. But my idea is uh, make it free to the end user. So this is it. Instead of increasing fares and um, all of this stuff, uh, make the fare price zero, and this will greatly increase ridership and everything. And people will be like, you know, well, then there's no income from it and everything. So how do you pay for it? Well, you pay for it through the taxes and stuff. Because don't taxes already cover a lot of the costs anyways? So, you're not really doing anything by increasing fares, because the more you increase the fare, the fewer people actually ride the thing anyways. So you want to increase ridership. So the best way to increase ridership is to make it free to the end user. So there's a wasp outside. Um, so what you want to do is get more people on there. So you make it free. And what you tell people is that, okay, it's going to be free, but part of the social contract of that is, and here's the kind of beauty of it, is if you see someone on the subway, I'm talking about on the train or in the stations or wherever in the system, doing something fucked up, that means peeing in the station or spray painting there or whatever, you make it socially acceptable to beat the shit out of them. Um, and yeah, and maybe in the subway we don't put those uh, things. What do they call it? I forget, but it's that architecture that makes it very uncomfortable for homeless people to sleep. Somebody knows the jargon for that. We turn away from that. Uh, you guys come up with a different way around that homeless thing. Like maybe right outside the subway exits, I forget what they're called, entrances and exits. You build homeless shelters, ones that don't require you to pray or anything like that. I've heard a whole lot of fucked up shit about homeless shelters. I've never been in one, but all sorts of shit. Yeah. I don't know. And the same thing with the trains. I hear things like, there's guys on there that are, will whip up their dick and masturbate or something like that. So, same thing there. If someone whips it out and is looking like they're about to masturbate, someone says, you better stop doing that, or all of us are, you're going to get the shit beat out of you. You are really going to get the shit beat out of you. Big time. We don't care if you're crazy or anything like that either. You're still going to get the shit kicked out of you. In case of emergency, break glass and use lead pipe kind of situation. And just, because it's free, the social contract will be take collective ownership. Everyone in the city has, communal ownership now of the subway system. And so, exactly, you see someone mistreating the subway system, just whoever says it kind of audibly sounds the alarm. And now that everybody has a phone, you record them and sound the alarm, and everybody drops what they're doing and mobs on them. And after a little while, I believe that will greatly curb misbehavior on the subway. Enough so that the Department of Public Works can clean everything up enough, and maybe after a year or two, the thing will be looking and smelling pretty nice. And then from there on, hopefully the upkeep costs will dramatically decrease, and you can spend the money for the system on different areas, like updating the lines, and buying newer infrastructure and making it safer and stuff. And maybe you won't need as many transit cops, that sort of thing. And again, if you need less and less of that, maybe you can spend the money for better homeless stuff, so you can help homeless people better, redirect funds there, and and homeless people help them with this, and then there's fewer homeless people, and it begins to snowball out of other areas too. And if you can just get one problem very well taken care of, then you can start to knock out the other problems. And like I said, you can have an effect. And hopefully, if you get the ridership up a lot, the traffic will decrease too, won't it? So I'm pretty sure all New Yorkers will like that. and you get the crime down too if you have it well understood that, you know, it's okay to mob on anyone. I'm a, you know, I mean, you got a whole city of people just waiting for something to vent. So, you know, there you go. There's the idea. Um, Take it and kind of just, uh, I don't know, let it simmer in your head and kind of work it out.